Okay, it's part two to the Robin Williams Bridge Tunnel, Waldo Tunnel name change. Remember we talked about this yesterday, so we're going to review, talk about this a little bit more, and add a very important part that I was not aware of until you listened to my video and told me, oh, you're missing an extremely important part of this. So let's review. You don't have to go back and see this one from yesterday in order for this to make sense, okay? I will just tell you what I told you yesterday. Now, Hugh, this man right here, Hugh Squire, was at Robin Williams' home 3 minutes right before he was killed. He had just left his home. And he says it couldn't possibly have been more than 3 minutes. Now when Hugh, this man right here, goes back to his home, he hears screaming. And the Waldos are calling for help, Mr. and Mrs. Waldo. So Hugh can't get in, but he busts down the door to get in, and he gets them to the hospital where she dies. But it's interesting that just a week or so before, Mrs. Waldo had said, hey, Hugh, you know they're never going to tell your story? Huh. It was interesting because Hugh said, I never told her my story. How does she know this? Well, immediately after these events where she dies, you get this. The Robin Williams Tunnel, previously known as the Waldo Tunnel. They changed the name right after this happened. Right after Hugh leaves Roger Williams' house and he's murdered, doesn't know it yet, gets back to the Waldos and they are lying in blood in their own home. So they changed the name of the Waldo Tunnel to the Robin Williams Tunnel, which goes straight out to the Golden Gate Bridge. Now, 50 years later in the Warren Report, here anybody can go to the Warren Report at archives.gov, you see the Waldos are listed, alphabetical order, right next to Detective Walker, the guy who walked Oswald into Jack Ruby's gun. Well, isn't that interesting? Now, try to shift gears just a little bit and follow along on this tangent, okay? Alan Pepper and Stanley Sandowski were two attorneys in the state of New York who stole Hugh's trademark by turning this, the Red Garter clubs, Red Garter saloons, perhaps you recognize it from Gunsmoke. I think they used these in the videos or something to that effect, or maybe they called it that, or I'm not sure. So they stole the trademarks and they turned the Red Garter clubs into bottom line clubs. What was Hugh's trademark? Oh, he invented the word bottom line in the 60s. That's his trademark. That's what they stole. Look how they did, and a whole lot of places did this. That's why you hear the WWE using bottom line all the time. That's why you hear it constantly on Fox News, because they're stealing it. They know what they're doing. Now, when did this particular bottom line open? February 11. Well, what's that? Oh, the reverse of JFK assassination. 2/11 is the reverse of 11/22 when Kennedy was assassinated. Oh, in 1974, just 2 years before the Jimmy Hoffa murder, on 4th Street, Hughes had 4 wives killed. Now, we said Alan Pepper and Stanley Sandowski were the two attorneys who stole Hugh's trademark by turning this into these. Okay? Now the film, The Great Waldo Pepper, remember his name was Pepper. We were talking about the Waldo Tunnel. Okay? Was co-written by George Roy Hill. Okay. Well, where do we hear that name? Oh, Saoirse Kennedy what? Hill. Are you following? You see how it's all related? Incidentally, actor Gilbert Hill once rode with, what's the comedian's name? Eddie Murphy. Once rode with Eddie Murphy and Hugh from Michigan to Florida, or maybe the other way around. I forget which direction they were going. So these are names all associated with things in Hugh's life. Oh, where's he from? Detroit. You know, where all of Hugh's stories from. Okay. So put it together. Put it together. This is what reality looks like, even though it may not be a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.